DeShaun Watson. So they gave him, there it is, the stamp, the done. The gavel has hit.
Judge Goodell, tin.
Just take it away from him. Under 4 left. The barn is alive again. 52-51.
Got me in my hormones. All gas, no brakes. Score 4-0. If you think you own this place, you get foreclosed. I've been in my head, but it's not about a T3. I like to learn, but there's nothing you can teach me. We all got opinions. You about to hit Dimitri and Mitch's. CJ
all right, there we go.
I'm not falling for your joke this time.
You know what? We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Amy, or you're welcome. I don't know.
I don't think she was that mad about it. Yeah,
she liked it. She
liked it. She's got a
it.
great sense of humor. Actually, the clip she sent last night to us to review was very funny.
Very funny. Yeah. Very funny. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sports Show. Sports Show TV is the YouTube channel. You can see the funny stuff that Amy does when she does the edits. I told you, this lady's a star. She's a star for crying out loud. She's the star of the Sports Show. Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, Sports Show TV on YouTube, Facebook, all that jazz. You love it, you need it, you want it. CJSW 90.9 FM, second Tuesday of every month. It's not this Tuesday, but it's every second Tuesday. And speaking of sense of humor.
Yeah.
What the heck is up with those glasses? Is that a thing now?
It's a thing.
I didn't think you were carrying them.
We need the ratings. Like, the numbers have been going through the roof. Hey?
So first of all, hold on a sec.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of a bone to pick now that I see everything. So the glasses, I didn't think you'd take them off. I find it a little bit weird.
I can take them off.
I'm taking my eyeglasses off. I don't look as camera-genic.
No, it's true.
With
you're better without.
You know, if I had papers in front of me,
right,
I would do it.
Yeah,
because then I look smart.
I understand that. Yeah,
I look smart.
Right.
But I can't, so I got to take them off. But you're this is here's the other
I'm
thing.
gonna check. I'm testing it out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. See what the people say.
Yeah.
See what the people say.
I just want to see what they say.
You look like a card shark hustler. Aren't you the card shark? A golf country club hustler. We just watch Casino.
Yeah, that's all we do on repeat, by the way.
You're the Lester Diamond of the show.
That's right.
Here's the second thing I have to say. I got a bone to pick with you.
Yeah,
you are wearing a shirt that says Sports Show Killer,
right?
Which I can only assume is dedicated to what we dub the killers of the sports show.
Correct.
Here's my thing.
Right.
Where's mine?
I knew you were going to say that. I'm going to tell you something. We're working on our swag, so I'm testing some things out.
Right.
I didn't want to go and make 10 of these and you thought they were stupid. So now that I see your reaction, you're going to get one.
They're okay.
I was going to make one. Well, I know they're pretty basic. Let's call it what it is.
I find it's basic.
But that's the thing. We got to figure out that lettering, the niche. We got to figure it out. There's going to be a few testers.
I find that your ideas are amazing.
Well, thank you.
But what you don't know how to do is take them to the next level.
Well,
and I think the next time, if you give me the idea,
right?
Because then I can put my little artistic touch on it. Then
that's what I'm saying.
Then we just pitch it over to
right after the show. I got this done at Market Mall. We'll walk in. P.S. The girl that works there, Greek.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You were gone, so I forgot to tell you this story. Yeah. I'll tell you after.
Tell me when I'm there.
I'll tell you when we're there.
There you go.
That's
hey,
it.
We got time today.
Hey, we got time today.
Speaking of time, I don't want to forget this.
Yeah.
Every year we take a little bit of a break. Now, mind you, when we were on holidays, we continued with the sports show. So just to keep one thing in mind, this is going to be, we're doing today's show.
Right.
Which will last the week. Then next week, we're not doing a show.
We're off next week.
And really what that signifies is by the time that's done, typically NFL will be coming back in, and it'll be the start of what we will dub as season 7.
That's right.
Even though it hasn't been 7 years, it's just the way
we worked it out.
COVID really threw a wrench.
It did.
In the timeline, did it not?
It's kind of like, what's that show? Where
Quantum Leap?
It's like all those reality shows. They're like in season 30. You're like, what? There's been 30 years of this? They're not 30 years.
It's like Dancing with the Stars.
Bravo.
Yeah, there's one.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
The one where they're on the island. I forgot what it's called now.
Survivor?
Survivor. Thank you.
Yeah.
That one's like literally 30 years in. And it's like, no, you haven't been.
It hasn't been 30 years. No, but they do double seasons.
That's what I'm saying.
COVID messed us up.
It messed everything up.
Excuse me.
Listen, we had a long show last week. Great show, though. Like the numbers, I'm not joking, you guys. I don't know, and I want to say thank you to the roster and to everybody because the audio numbers, the YouTube numbers, they just keep going up and up. And lately, through the roof. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it on. Because, hey, me and Dimitri, we're just looking to do this full time. So if you guys can just get us to that level, that'd be great. I mean, you're all coming with us, so it's not like we're leaving you behind.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So let's get there. It's Sports Show 222. Let's start it off. You know how we like it. A little banter, a little whatever, what's going on. Last week, NFL, we talked really quickly. DeShaun Watson. So they gave him, here it is. There it is. The stamp, the done. The gavel has hit.
Judge Goodell law. Tin, 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 tin.
He's getting an 11-game suspension. So he's gone for 11 games. Well, guess what, NFL? They gave you an extra game. So, hey, he's back for 7. He's gone for 11. And his first game back will be against the Houston Texans. Hilarious. What a coincidence,
Wow.
really?
Oh.
Wow. And a $5 million fine. Really quickly, Dimitri. We talked about it last week, so we don't have to get into it.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a justified 11-game suspension?
Justified from the sense of here's what the maximum he was getting. Justified that they stepped in and gave him a little bit more, really just to solidify that what he's doing is completely unacceptable and that people were watching.
Right.
This is a tough one because if this was a case where all of these things were proven to be absolutely true when you get tried in court, maybe it's not justified from the sense of you might have to start handing out some lifetime ban sentences. Like the NFL, the only thing I don't like about the NFL and sports, but it seems like the NFL really has the biggest perpetrators, if you will, is that in comparison to what they would get in society, it's almost like they're getting off scot-free.
Yeah.
They really have to identify what they want to do with criminal cases. This is a tough one. So, yeah, look, take it, keep your mouth shut, stay out of it, don't talk to anyone, do your 11 games, come back. It's tailor-made for you to play against the thing, too, is, it's against Houston.
Right.
Right? I mean, okay.
It's just hilarious.
It was 10 games, but they're like,
Wait a minute. Is that the Texans?
give him
11?
Give him
one more.
11,
Yeah,
right?
come on.
So the story is actually built around DeShaun. The NFL is actually doing you a favor.
That's right.
Because when you come back and you play the Texans, no one's talking about what you got suspended for. Everyone's going to start talking about playing your former team from a sports narrative. So just don't be dumb. Take it. So yes, justified. I like that the NFL stepped in and gave him more. What I don't like is that sports really needs to start looking at how the aesthetics look when you're trying criminal cases. That's my take.
The only thing I'll say is, they upped the suspension, sure. Fine him more, a bigger fine. He just got $260 million guaranteed. I hate to say it, fine him way more. Like $5 million, you guys, is not enough to show that you guys You say it from one point of view, NFL. You're like, oh, you know what? We pushed another 5 games on you. We had 6, but we pushed them and we win. I promise you, if you had pushed it to the full season, no one would have fought you on it. You didn't do that fine. Fine him hard. Fine him 10, 20, 30 million. I know it's a lot of money, and I know he's got 260, but still, guys, he did bad. What he did was really bad, and 5 million out of 265, it's like, it's nothing. Well, I'm sorry, it's nothing.
Mitch, imagine this. If he got fined for every game you miss.
Yeah.
This is what I've preached. Like, for example, in the NHL, I've always said, if you put a player out because of a really blatant, flagrant penalty, your suspension is the amount of salary that person has missed on a game per game basis. Sure. Imagine now if DeShaun Watson, I don't know, I'm not going to do the quick math right here, but let's just say that it was $3 million a game that he would be getting paid as per his contract. Well, if he had suspension without pay, let's say, from his own team, but then on top of that, you had a $3 million fine for every game you miss, and you got to pay back $33 million. Yeah, that stings.
And guess what? It'll teach everybody a lesson. Everyone in the NFL is on notice. Holy crap! I'll keep my hands to myself.
Well, it's like what's his face with the betting? What's that guy's name?
Calvin
Ridley. Thank you. And so. Yeah, do I kind of agree? Well, there's some things where I look whatever, but everyone knows now.
Yeah, everyone knows. Exactly.
You want to gamble, you're out.
I still don't like the fact that he has a much more harsh penalty than what DeShaun did. I know what he did was bad, but like I said, we won't get into it. Secondly, we've been holding off on this for a couple of weeks. I got to just say it now, okay? Kevin Durant, Brooklyn Nets. He's one of the superstars of the NBA. Has been for many years. A lot of people have him dubbed in the top 10 of all time. the Slim Reaper, also, an AKA, if you will. He's a two-time NBA champion with Golden State Warriors. He basically, when he left Golden State, he said, I'm going to go to, did you guys just hear what I said? I'm going to just go to Brooklyn. He shows up at the door. Hey, how you doing? I'm Kevin Durant. That's my friend Kyrie. We're coming over. The general manager and the owner, Joe Tsai, they're like, oh, yeah, come on in. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, a couple of years later, he's hurt. He's not playing. Kyrie's not getting the jab. He's not playing because he doesn't want to play. Kevin says, I'm out of here. I demand a trade. I want out of here. I want to be traded wherever. I have been going bananas wanting to just say one thing. No. If the Brooklyn Nets want my advice, you have one of the best superstars, and then you got another guy there. They haven't really played together. They haven't shown what they can do together. They brought in Harden because of them as well. Yeah. They trade Harden because of them. And now on top of it, you're saying, I don't want to be here anymore. Yeah. Dimitri, we don't have to go about it all day long, but we got to bring it up because we have so much other stuff we got to talk about. Yeah. But I am sick and tired of these superstars demanding things. I say, like a kid, like when your daughters or my son come up to me and they demand something, what do? Hey, over there, corner. Go sit there until you realize what you're saying, and then you can come out of there. Do not falter. Do not falter, Mr. Tsai. Do not falter.
It's brutal, Mitch. I don't understand where sports is taken in this one. For the longest time, you look at sports because these young kids have been forced to mature a little bit faster, right?
Sure.
They come into leagues anywhere from 18 to 22 years old, depending on the sport. They got to deal with media. They got to deal with their finances, their obligations, and so as a result, we look at them as these very mature role models and everything. But they're no different than anyone else. This is an entitled generation, Mitch, and the players in this generation are really showing that, and sometimes I seem to forget that. I mean, like, you and I are not older, but in some cases much older than these professional athletes, right? Yeah. But it's funny because we still look at them as either equals or elders, right, based on how they conduct. Listen, how can you start throwing demands when you've never even played a game for the team? You've never done anything for the team. You've barely stepped on the court for the team. And yeah, I agree with you. Brooklyn, ship him out.
No, I say keep him. I say keep him. Make him play. No, don't ship him out. Because you know what's going to happen? He's going to end up going to another team. Oh, I don't like it here. I want to go. No, you're going to play. You're going to make that $36 million. No. Maybe you're staying.
I change it.
Oh, you're staying. You're going to stay and you're going to like it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Throw mandatory vaccination on the team. And I'm not releasing your contract. And you got to play. And I'm trading everyone else.
And you know what? Their team on paper looks fantastic. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Ben Simmons, but you got a Ben Simmons, you got a Kyrie, and you have a Kevin Durant along with the other guys on that team. You're fine. And with your talents, Mr. Durant, you guys might actually be a front runner for the championship. But you got to play and stop your bitching and just do your thing. I'm so sick and tired of it, man. I was so mad when I saw this report.
You know what's funny is that Kevin Durant is touted as arguably the best player in the league, right?
Yeah.
Fair point?
That's fair point.
Okay. Outside of being part of the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
Great organization.
Fantastic organization.
No question, arguably even the best player on the court when he played there.
Yes, he was.
What else has he won?
Nothing.
Anywhere else?
That's what I'm saying to you.
That's
what I'm saying.
And so I think people need to start. They started to do it with Harden. I think everyone looked at OKC. Sorry, I know we're touching. They're like, wait a sec. We got this Westbrook guy.
Yes.
We got this Harden guy and this Durant guy, and we still can't even beat any. We couldn't beat the Miami Heat. We couldn't beat.
They lost in the NBA Finals, right? But
they
didn't win. I agree.
They didn't win.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
And then they get broken up, and then these players all of a sudden can't really stay anywhere.
That's right.
Durant, the only thing you've won is off Steph Curry's back.
Hey. Now some people will argue and it's like, no, Steph Curry won 2 championships. No, Steph had 2 other ones prior to him getting there. So the way I look at it. Well, he had one other before he came, and then he won another one last year. Yeah, guess what? Exactly. They would have figured out a way. They would have figured it out. Kevin Durant, you're grounded.
You're out of here.
You're out of here. Yeah. And finally, it's boxing night tonight.
It's boxing night tonight. It's crazy. August 20th. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a heavyweight tilt. In fact, I'm kind of loving this whole let's box in Saudi Arabia because this time zone is working for two guys to get together to watch a big fight. Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk, number 2.
Right.
I'm not going to dissect the fight. It's not what I want to talk about here, but I want to rant about something. Why is it, Mitch, that things lose their flavor?
Right.
Okay? Why are athletes just rushing to go and put themselves too much on the line? Like before boxing, was hated because it was too calculated and there's tune-up fights and it took a while for fights to happen.
Right.
But then when they did happen, it was like the greatest thing of all time. You're like, yeah, it's finally here.
True.
Then the UFC came along and they were giving everyone the fights that they want, but then everyone kept losing.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, well, this kind of loses its flavor because if you don't have the talent pool. You know what I'm worried about is that why, Anthony Joshua is like he lost to Ruiz, then he gets the belt back.
Right.
Then he loses to Usyk, and the hope is today he goes and gets the belt back.
Right.
And if this is the way it's going to go, who's handling these people? Why, why would someone put themselves so much on the line to rush to give these fights? Because as fans, we got nothing to look forward to.
It's all about the money, buddy. It's all about the money. They just, they had such high hopes for an Anthony to be that guy, right? To be that guy to carry it. Where now they got, and I'm telling you, this is aesthetics. I swear to goodness to you, Devontae Wilder, right? You made me into a boxing guy. I wouldn't have known all these names, by the way, years ago. So you got Devontae Wilder, who aesthetically looks phenomenal, was knocking guys out.
Yeah.
They wanted him against Joshua. Again, aesthetically beautiful, and is from a marketing point of view, the world was going to watch. Everyone, it doesn't matter if you were in China or in Malaysia, you would have dropped it all to watch these two gods go at it, right? And then all of a sudden, Mr. Potato comes back, the linear champion of you, as we call him, and he wins it all. And it kind of messes it up from a marketing point of view. Okay, so now we got Ruiz, who's also a potato, and he comes in, he knocks Joshua. So I think what they're trying to do is like they're trying to get us to forget about the losses to these guys that don't aesthetically look great. Bring it back to the two gods to go at it, and then go from there. And Usyk, he's in there. He's got the politics behind him now. So I saw him all dressed up in the Ukrainian garment yesterday and showcasing the titles and all that. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, Usyk is going to lose, and here's why. I just think there's too much pressure. Look, man, the Ukrainian-Russia thing is still going on. He's fighting, he says, for his country, and it's just so much. It's just so much. And the poor dude, I give him a lot of respect. Good for him that he's trying to get this together, Dimitri. But I just think at the end of the day, there's just too much going on, too much pressure, too much stress. I'm gonna go with Anthony on this.
Yeah, I think Joshua's gonna win too, but he's got to make some serious adjustments or take this thing seriously. But I guess my point is that the fans, when the fans start dictating the pace, I don't know if that's the right thing.
Well, it's definitely not.
To do, and I don't know. I just because if Joshua loses, like you say, that career buildup is completely and utterly over.
But let's call it what it is. He should be, in a weird way, with only 2 losses, and it's not like a horrible thing, but in boxing, 2 losses is a big deal.
Yeah,
right?
It is.
So that's why they're like, okay, this is your last chance. Like, no one usually gets this kind of chance after 2 losses. Nobody.
Well, after 2 back-to-back losses.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Right?
And
Like,
that's why it's like, okay, who's really going to want to fight the guy after this? It's crazy.
It pays to be good-looking.
He's a good-looking guy.
This is what I'm saying.
It's a nice muscle.
Hey, isn't it?
Some people get muscles.
Right.
I would never know that. I don't know what that's like. But some people that get muscles, they actually build a really nice-looking muscle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Then there's others that's just muscle.
Right.
It's like,
But when I talk about, I like Ruiz. I like it, but look at Ruiz now. Dropped a lot of weight. You know why? Because he wasn't getting those shots anymore. You drop the weight, all of a sudden everyone's talking about you again.
Gave into the pressure.
That's what I'm saying. Fat shaming's a thing.
Not for Fury.
Well, no, Fury, listen, man. But he is an anomaly. Like, forget it. But this is what I'm saying. Okay, Ruiz, Fury fight each other.
Yeah.
Like, they might as well go and eat hot dogs. You know what I mean? It should be them against Joey Chestnut and Ruiz all fighting each other with hot dogs.
It's like any one of our dads going out to fight.
That's what it is. But he's still the best.
He should be called the dad.
That's right. The
not
dad.
The Gypsy King.
Not the Gypsy King.
Tyson, dad,
Gypsy King.
Fury.
All right, from there, we got to talk about the NHL. How? Why? Because the Flames can't seem to get out of the limelight.
Wow.
Are they like us? They see the spot. They're like, I'm going to go stand over there for a minute. I got to go over there.
Listen. Treliving. Honey, sugar, baby. You, my friend, get the first ever, I think, golden pass of the sports show.
He might get the pass.
This guy, I'm telling you, give him Loofah of the Year.
Yeah.
For GM of the Year.
And Art Ross. He's the front runner for Art Ross this year.
This guy is the most valuable player on the Flames.
100%.
Look, I got to tell you, I didn't know if I say it all the time when good moves happen. I don't know if he's Brad Treliving or Kevin Costner because, this guy is making GM moves. Look, is signing Nazem Kadri the greatest thing to happen in Calgary? No, it's not the greatest thing to happen in Calgary.
Agreed.
But what I will say is a guy that can maneuver back and take the plane and steady the ship for the landing.
Great analogy.
You have my respect.
Great analogy.
And you know why he has my respect on all of it? The star player leaves.
Right.
Handcuffs him. Gets nothing in return.
Zero.
Goes, has a conversation. The number 2 guy goes, hey, why don't you deal me?
Yeah.
I'll give you something back. Perfect. What does he turn it into? A deal that he wins.
A win.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Then what happens? This guy... And Nazem Kadri is a free agent.
Right.
Can go anywhere he wants.
Yep.
Can do anything that he wants.
Agreed.
And somehow Treliving, because they could have missed out on him.
Yeah.
They had no bargaining chip.
And this is a guy that also kiboshed a deal to Calgary years ago.
In 2019, I believe it was.
He said, no, I don't want to date you, Flames. I'm kind of thinking about staying in Toronto. I can't. So he kind of told us no. But we heard, yeah, you did.
Yeah, you wanted it. You love it, don't you? You sick son of
Such
a
a
bitch.
bad what I just did is so bad.
The Flames are the booty call. It's his booty call.
It's a booty
He's like,
call.
hey, you still around? Yeah, I was just in the area. No, I'm over here now. No, I'm coming here now.
You know
Yeah,
it's
that's
3
right.
a.m., right?
Yeah, always. Oh, yeah. I know.
Me and the guys were just at Denny's.
Listen, so this guy, the team was in shambles. He's learned to keep it. And we can talk around the details of the contract later on and everything. But all I'm saying is, you know what, man? The other thing, too, is the appetite that the Flames have to continue to be competitors, at least for the next few years with the players they have. I just can't believe that he pulled it all off.
Dude, I wasn't joking. They're hard. A lot. I got this off the social medias. People are already talking he's GM of the year, and people are already talking about the Art Ross thing. So I thought it was hilarious, and I actually 100% agree because your analogy of steadying the plane, like this plane was on its way last week, and I'm still a believer. I'm not gonna lie to you. Suck hard for Bedard is still on my thing. We're gonna make that shirt later, but I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, here's the thing. I got 2 things I want to bring up. He got 7 times 7. So he got 7 years, 7 million. Okay. So he's going to be 38. Same with Huberdeau. They're both going to be 38 at the end of these contracts. When you add up their contracts together, the Flames spent to get these 2 big names, 17.5 million. Okay. Like I'm just adding up their contract numbers. And then Tkachuk and Gaudreau would have cost us 19.25. So essentially we got kind of the same guys in a reverse role.
Cheaper.
Here's the X factor. Here's the thing that we're not going to know until they hit the ice. Because we know Gaudreau, we know Tkachuk and what they've been here for such a long time. Do we get the same from these guys that they were the way they were with their other teams? History will say yes, you will.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get 115 points accidentally. You don't have a career year like Kadri accidentally. But everybody here, this is the one thing, and I want everyone to remember this. Remember this. All 4 of these players last year were basically on contract years. So now I want to see. Now you're all settled in.
Yes.
You got the house. You see that the lawn needs a little mowing. Are you going out to mow the lawn? Are you going to give it a good little paint job? Are you going to take care of the house that you are now in?
You got to take care
of
the house.
We got to find out. One last thing I want to ask you. Brad Treliving. We got to give him a nickname. So I came up with 2. You tell me if you like it.
Sure.
Brad, don't back me in a corner, Treliving.
Okay.
Or Brad, do you want extra cheese with that, Treliving?
Whew. I like where you're going with both, but I'm going to pass on both.
Both.
You know why? Because I think at this point, he deserves a one-name nickname.
One-name name.
Right? Like, you know how Triple H is the game?
The game.
Right? Like, he needs...
Is he the game?
He needs...
Yeah. Oh.
Is he?
Is he?
Is he?
I think he is.
Is he Captain Killer?
I think he's Captain Killer.
I think he might. And roster, you tell us.
You tell us.
What's his name?
He's Captain
What
Killer.
about Bullseye? Right? Or I like the right?
I
the
got
franchise.
you. The franchise.
Something like that.
Something like that.
You know what I mean? I think that has more effect.
I'm still on the fence. Yeah.
However, I out of the two,
yeah.
Don't back me in the corner.
Don't back me.
I think that really.
Well, they did. They backed him in the corner.
They backed him in the corner.
Don't back Brad. In the corner.
You know, the other thing too, you gotta keep in mind why I like these deals so much. And you know, the money. Look, if you think about it, the cap is probably going to continually go up.
Yeah, of course.
Right, at least forecasted. Number two, people got to remember, you got a guy like Alex Ovechkin. Now, I'm not saying these guys are Ovechkin-like.
It sounds like you're going that way.
No. Follow me on what I'm saying.
Okay,
when you got a guy that's near his, in his late 30s, for example, right, like mid to late 30s, scoring 40 goals. The point I'm trying to make is that today's NHL is different than NHL before.
Right.
35-year-olds can still compete in today's NHL.
True.
They can still be effective. They can still get points, okay? So when you start seeing, are they, and I'm saying as wasn't the case maybe a decade ago.
True.
Where at 35, you're like, dude, you got to call it quits. So there's a lot more that goes behind today's athlete, number one. Number two, you got to have cornerstones on the franchise. People forgetting the Flames. And because we're from Calgary, we can track this a little deeper.
Yeah.
In 2 years from now, you got a lot of UFAs that are looking for Mangiapane money.
True.
Okay? And I think what I like the most is that Treliving just made a decision and made a stand and said, hey,
yeah,
these are the horses that are going to take me for the next 5 years. It's Huberdeau, Kadri, Mangiapane, Markstrom, and Lindholm.
And the Luch.
Uyghur, hopefully.
Luch.
And Luch. No. And the last one being potentially even a guy like Hannafin, let's say.
And the Luch.
Right? And the Luch.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because in 2 years from now, you got a lot of people that are going to be wanting restructured contracts, and you're going to have to make some decisions. And Treliving actually just made his decisions a lot easier for himself. So this is why I say, this is a great, well, in-depth thought move, because I'm telling you, in 2 years from now, they got 5 guys, I think, impactful guys on the line.
I'm going to just say this to all the Flame fans out there. Just saying it. Let Edmonton make the playoffs. How about we just take a year off, get everyone comfortable?
That's it.
And we get Bedard, and then we win the Stanley Cup. Well, anybody against me? Tell me I'm not entertaining you with these thoughts.
What breaking news? He's traded them all for Bedard.
Hey, you never know, man.
Are you ready?
So, by the way, I saw the kid yesterday doing an interview. He knows how to talk. He's got the look. He can score on the ice. I'm telling you guys. Just saying, it's not crazy.
He'll marry your daughters.
He will marry your daughters. From there, we go to the NFL preview show.
Still.
Yeah, we got to do it. We're going to do it real quick this week. We won't stay on it as much. We had Just Win sent me a message last week.
What'd he say?
He loved first off, he loved the how we're doing the AFC, NFC back and forth.
Love it. Okay.
And of course, he loved that I'm taking the Raiders to be my AFC 5-star pick of the year.
What?
That's it. That's what it is. That's what it is. Forget about it.
Wow.
All right. This week, we're going to do the AFC and NFC East.
Okay, let's go.
All right, here we go. We'll start in New England. Why? Why not? They were the dynasty. They were the team that everybody was trying to be. Dimitri, last year they came back. They made the playoffs. Yeah. Billy Ball is real. System, whatever. What do you think of New England this year?
Well, I think New England's going to do pretty much exactly what they did last year. I don't see any significant changes in terms of getting better or getting worse. The only thing that they really have to look at right now outside the Jets, I'm just curious to see the Miami factor in that division. Bills still number 1. New England, in my eyes, still number 2. They might miss that to me is the battle within the battle. But in my eyes, no special effects over there.
Yeah, for like 20 years, it was automatic that New England was going to win this division, right? And so obviously that's not the case now because Buffalo's here. And let's just jump on the Buffalo train.
Go ahead.
Josh Allen. Everybody's pegging him to win MVP this year. Rightfully so. I mean, the guy, I have to admit, I was not his biggest fan. I felt like this guy, there's just something about him that he's going to falter. He's got his Diggs. He's got his McKenzie. He's got a little bit more of a running game. That defense got a little bit stronger with a Von Miller there now. Is this the year that Buffalo not just wins, but did I maybe jump the gun with the Raiders?
You did jump the gun, Mitch.
I didn't.
No, you did.
No, I didn't.
Because let me tell you something.
Sure.
When you add a Von Miller to the team.
Don't do it.
When you add a Von Miller to the team.
Don't do
and
it.
when you bring that kind of culture, and that's when you start honing the skills. And that's when you can come on episode 222 and claim the Buffalo Bills as the AFC representative and the money-making matchup of the year. You didn't think... you like that? I'm telling you, man. This team is prime real estate.
What did I tell you 2 seconds ago about Usyk? What did I say? Too much pressure. He can't handle it. He can't
What's the matter,
do it.
Ace? Can't handle the pressure? Well, I have kissed a man.
But I'll tell you this. Listen, I don't know why I can't get on this bandwagon. And the funny thing is, I really want them to go to the Super Bowl, and I really want them to lose. Because who loses 5 Super Bowls unless you're Minnesota? I need this. I want this. I yearn for this. Listen, Buffalo, I'm not lying to you. I am actually kind of cheering for you on the side. You're my second 5-star pick, but you're not. The Raiders are my 5-star pick.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's a MAGA. He's proven it. I'm not gonna doubt him anymore. Diggs, he kind of had an off year, and that's why Josh Allen's a big MAGA. His 2 years ago is when Diggs tore it up. Last year, not so much. So you know what? That just shows me that Allen now says, "Hey, I got tools. I got other resources," and that defense, it's fantastic. And let's call it the X factor, the true X factor for the Bills is the Bills Mafia. This team has a following. This team at home is maybe the most toughest team to play, dare I say. So, Bills, way to go. From there, let's talk about Miami. Look, this is a team that everyone dubbed to be this year to take over the AFC East because they were so, really kind of soft at the beginning of the year last year. This year, stuffer. Nah, Tua's not that guy, man. He's just not that dude.
No, he's not that guy. He just doesn't have the poise as, let's say, the other respective quarterbacks in that division, right? He just doesn't have that. He doesn't have the smarts.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and it's such a trap, right? Because in the NFL, when you start getting players moving to different teams, and like everyone's going, oh, now that Hill's on the team, oh my goodness, the team has changed. No, the team may have gotten better offensively, but to really, really win takes so much to work for a team. So, true. You know what? Everyone, Miami just if anything, Miami could probably go toe-to-toe with the Patriots, like I said, and then we'll see where that ends up. But guys, in my opinion, don't expect much out of the division because the rest of the AFC is stacked.
Yeah. And when your owner,
it's hard.
When your owner's suspended by the league this year for 7 games, which means he's not allowed to go into the office. So it's like COVID rules, but it's because he was tampering. So what does that show me? That the owner's even getting involved going, hey, Tom, get over here. Hey, Tom, I need you here. That Tua guy's can't do anything. Get him over here. Come on. Is this tampering? Maybe. Just, hey, get over here. So Miami, sorry.
Sir,
last
did you
team.
Tamper? I did not tamper.
Exactly. The last team in the AFC East is the New York Jets. Now, this team, I want them to win for all the wrong reasons.
Listen, I know that we're here to dissect the teams and go back and forth, but
Right.
I can confidently say,
Yes.
let's just move to the NFC. There is nothing worth a mention.
No, I disagree.
Outside of
I
whether
disagree.
Geno Smith paid the money back. That's
This
all.
is all I care about. That Zach Wilson, who is the true MILF hunter of the NFL, watch out as he comes to your town. As he comes to your town, you're mentally going to be like, wait a minute, why isn't mom picking up her phone? You're going to lose your mind. So I like the Jets because on the road, he's going to be a menace to the other team. Everybody's mom is on notice. Everybody.
You know what's amazing?
Yeah.
Garoppolo gets the,
Bring Garoppolo and Zach together.
Garoppolo and Zach Wilson.
Tell you something.
You have a movie series. You're welcome, Brazzers.
From there, we go to the NFC East, maybe the most competitive division, I have to still say, to this day. And if it's not, it's definitely like the Calgary Flames. It's the most dramatic.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, let's start with Philly. Philly fan. You got your Jalen Hurts. You got your Minshew, who's living in the bus outside the stadium. You got your Devontae Smith. Dimitri, do you like Philly this year?
I still think Philly struggles with being consistent.
Yeah.
I actually do like what Philly has done. Like, I like the fact that they gave Jalen Hurts the reps. I think he's a pretty good quarterback. I actually think that they can stick with this guy for some time. The issue that I have with Philly is just they're just going to continue to be inconsistent. I can't quite figure this division out, to tell you the truth. Because, like you said, it's always drama. Nothing makes sense that's in the vortex of this division. It's a very dysfunctional family.
I am going to pick them to win this division.
Really?
I do, yeah. And I'll tell you why. Because I think everything you just said, but they're 1 year better. I think Jalen Hurts is a fantasy, like, honestly, as a fantasy guy, I'm going to be grabbing him as one of my top quarterbacks for sure. He proved it last year. He can make the moves.
Of course. Yeah.
Offensively, nothing spectacular, but good enough. Defensively, good. And again, the X factor, Philly fan is crazy. And Nick Sirianni, their coach, he's kind of like a fan that got the job. So I kind of want to see him get crazier. He seems like the kind of guy that he's going to lose his lid one day.
Amazing.
Yeah. From there, let's talk about the New York Giants. Now, this team, this is Big Data's favorite team, so I like to rip them a little bit. But you got Leonard Williams, defensive tackle, maybe one of the best defensive tackles in all the NFL. You got Danny Jones, who's like literally, this is your last chance, Danny.
Yeah.
If you don't do anything now, you're done. And then it's the return of Saquon Barkley. Thoughts?
You know, the fact that you got to start, and I know it's a disrespect to the defensive side of the ball, but the fact that you got to start on the defensive side of the ball is the bright star of the team, which truthfully it is just not enough. Look, no, they're just bad. I'm sorry. They're going to finish dead last. I'm very confident in that statement in this division. And you can have the best running back in the world, but if you don't got a line, I don't care.
I think you kind of forgot who's in this division. There is a team from the Washington that's in this division, and they're headed up by a guy named Carson Wentz.
You mean the Carson Wentz that might take this Washington Commanders team to win the division?
What is happening here? What vortex are we in? Where are we?
Buffalo versus Washington. No, I'm not that. Listen, this is the X Factor team. The Washington Commanders.
Really?
Listen, two things. And I have a bone to pick with you, Washington Commanders. Look, I get it. Redskins, controversial. Don't want to have that name anymore. Sure. But you know what I couldn't figure out?
Yeah.
You named the team, in essence to homage the indigenous people that maybe live around Washington, right? Much like the Chiefs do, much like other teams, Atlanta Braves, so on and so forth. Why didn't they pick a name?
Oh, I see.
That was still along those lines.
That's a good point.
But just nicer. I don't know. But anyways, I digress. Commanders, not feeling it. It's a little weird to me. It feels like an American football team, not a national football team.
True.
But here's the thing. I actually like this team. I think this team is the team that I can... I would put a little cabbage aside to win the division.
I'm telling you, man.
They're the silent killer.
Yeah, I like what you're doing there. Honestly, it's like inflation. Yeah, the silent killer. Yeah.
They really are. They just, if they can stay healthy,
it's not. You know what? On paper, Chase Young defense. That defense was pegged to be top 10 last year. They didn't have that season. This could be the year they revitalize.
That's what absolutely. I'm saying, right?
And then let's get to America's favorite team. It's I wouldn't call them last in this division because I don't think they're going to be last. They're going to fight. But it's the return of the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones and the boys are back.
Look, there's no reason why Dallas shouldn't win the division.
Right.
In my opinion.
That's
okay?
true.
They definitely are.
Agreed.
On paper, the best team. In practice, the last few years, the best team. They should be. Dallas is a team that it pains me to say it.
Right.
Like whenever we have to talk about the purple team, I don't like those episodes.
No. Who does?
But this is a dark horse team that could be the NFC representative. That's where they are as a team.
Right.
That's where they need to finally put it together. The danger about the Dallas Cowboys for me is not whether or not they're going to win the division and what they're going to do, but the shelf life of the team before they decide to just implode and break the whole thing up. There's only so much a fan can take.
Yeah, it's true.
An organization can take.
I just think that, to your point, this team has all the ingredients. You got an owner that like wants to win so bad, right? So I don't disclaim that Dallas will do whatever it takes, grab whoever's available. They will put anyone there.
Right.
But there's just something, they've lost that luster. They've lost. Zeke, I think, is going to have a big fantasy year. There's another fantasy guy I would look at and keep in my bag of tricks, if you will.
I agree with that.
I like their offensive line. That's why I like Zeke. And but wide receiver, they lost the Cooper. They lost the Coop. And so is CD Lamb ready? I don't know. I don't think so. I think Dak is good, but I've never said he was great, and I still stand by that. I think he's good enough. I think he's good enough, but he's not. I mean, you look at Tony Romo, who had all these resources, and he still couldn't make it work. Dallas, and again, last thing, pressure. Every year, these poor guys, like anybody that plays for Dallas, lots of pressure.
Yeah, it is lots of pressure for sure. I think CD Lamb is ready.
All right. Well, we will find out if he's taken to the slaughterhouse or not.
Oh,
hey, how are you doing?
Whoa,
hey,
it's the glasses.
Right? It's the glasses.
You know, they're growing on me.
Hey,
eh?
I
think this might be your new.
It could be my new shtick.
What if you change? Like, just go to the dollar store because they're not that expensive.
No.
Why don't you change your color every week?
Oh, I have some ideas.
Right, and then that would be like, Mitch the Glass.
Mitch the Glass.
Yeah.
Episode 222. It's rapid banter time.
Oh,
here we go. Around 17,000 babies last year were named Kobe. Best name or second best name?
Oh, you can't do that because 6,999 won't live up.
The author that played Shooter McGavin, or the actor, that played Shooter McGavin, got pulled over for DUI. When the police asked his name, he said it's Happy Gilmore. Stolen identity or tell the truth?
I got a DUI. You want to know why? Because I'm the Shooter McGavin guy.
Another Gretzky stat. Wayne had more 5+ point games, 85, than 0 point games, 74. What? Or how is that possible?
That's insane.
Is that crazy?
That's insane.
Little discussion that I do want to have next week, but a little teaser, if you will. Little discussion last week. Hall of Fame inductees. Are all of the Hall of Fames becoming too soft?
Very soft. They should have a Hall of Shame.
Oh, hey. Next week, write that down. Wes Bryant holds the record for the quickest round in the PGA Tour by playing 18 holes in 1 hour and 29 minutes. Dimitri, how long would it take you to hit 18 holes?
Well, between 19 and 24 was 30 seconds apiece. Thank you very much. It's like, I know you do this because you know that I can't help myself.
I know, it's true. He's back again and then gone again. It's Jeffrey Toobin, so after his little incident on Zoom, he rejoined CNN. They're like, hey, listen, it happens. Come back to CNN. You're a legal analyst. And then he stepped away again. So what do you advise that Jeffrey Toobin do now that he's retired?
Last longer than 30 seconds.
Work on your game, bro. Work on your game. Buddy, that poor guy, man. I mean, it's his own fault, but dude, for the rest of his life.
Oh, man, it's amazing.
Aren't you?
Great icebreaker at a party, though.
Yeah.
Hey, who brought the jerk off over here?
And you can't fight it. You can't. Man. His wife's going to be like, see? He's like, well, he's not wrong. Okay, from there we go to Maga Malaga. We got two of them ready for you. So, you know me, I was perusing the internet.
Of course.
And I fell on this one advertisement about Masterclasses. Oh, all these superstars and actors.
They're great.
Masterclasses.
Have you ever watched one?
No, that's why it's either this, Maga Malaga Masterclasses, or the Unbreakable Sports Record, Maga Malaga.
You know what? I'm going to do Masterclass because I would rather talk about the Unbreakable Sports Record as a segment.
Sure. Okay. Here we go. Ken Burns, he teaches documentaries. Maga Malaga.
Malacca.
Yeah. I mean, how many, do you need a full class for that?
Listen, if you're in the documentary business and you're trying to learn how to make a documentary, you just shouldn't be in the documentary business.
True. By the way, love documentaries.
I love them.
But, man, you got to be a patient person to put that together.
You got to have that artistic flair. They're very subjective. Yeah. It's like a painting.
It's true.
What does it mean? I don't know, but it comes together.
Who are we to judge? Okay. James Cameron teaches filmmaking.
Yeah, MAGA.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is the board at the end of Titanic. Like, Jack had room.
Jack had room.
He had room.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
You know, it was almost like, do you remember?
She killed him.
You remember Carlito's Way?
Yeah.
It was like, come on, Sean Penn.
Yeah.
We know you went out there and you killed him.
Yeah.
We know you did. Hey,
Yeah.
come on. You
Just
could
saying.
What? Guy's dying over here in the water. You can't lift him up a little bit?
Just a little. I mean, you know he's going to die if he doesn't get up on the board.
Yeah, but, you know, you also know those royalty checks are pretty Titanic themselves,
Just
my
saying.
friend.
Let's see. It's Gino Oremia. Sorry. He's the UConn. So he was the coach of the women's UConn basketball team, and he's teaching winning teams women's coach.
Yeah, no, Malaka.
Yeah, I would say so. And I'll tell you why.
Did he win?
He won 111 straight games and a few national titles. But here's the thing. It's kind of like saying Alabama, Nick Saban. It's like all the best players want to come play for you. So it's kind of easy. It was like shooting fish in a barrel, literally.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I haven't heard of you.
Yeah. There you go. Natalie Portman teaches acting.
No.
Really?
No.
Oh, she was good in a lot of movies.
Yeah, but you know how many other people should be teaching acting instead of Natalie Portman?
Well, okay, but she's got the time to teach acting. Like meaning like, you know. Oh, maybe that's why.
I see what you're
saying. I see what you're saying.
How does she have the time?
Malaka.
Brad Pitt. That's why I want to teach.
How about this
acting.
guy? Here's a guy. Lewis Hamilton teaching winning mindset.
Yes.
That could be it.
You
know, when you're in that cockpit by yourself,
yes.
a lot of thoughts.
A lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How am I going to win?
Sometimes they say it's a matter of seconds.
Exactly.
Matter of 30 seconds.
Man, have you ever seen how tight it is in there?
Oh man, it's crazy. But you know what I say? Like, we go on an airplane, sit in economy, and I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
Like jockeying for arm space. You know, there's this whole etiquette. You're moving, you're shifting. You got a neck pillow. You don't got a neck pillow. You're trying to play with the flaps. You ask for a pillow. The pillows suck. It's a whole ordeal.
Right.
Then there's these guys.
Yeah. Like, do you think that this guy gets first class, but then you always find him in the bathroom? He's like, no, I'm good here. Can't help it. All right, a couple more. Tony Hawk teaches skateboarding.
Yeah, MAGA.
MAGA makes sense.
Look, not only was he great, he's got a video game behind him.
True. Second last one. Steph Curry, shooting, ball handling, and scoring.
Yeah, MAGA. Look, my whole point is if you're going to be the teacher, if it's a master class,
right,
then you got to be a master at what you were doing.
Exactly.
That's why I'm saying the documentary guy, shut up.
Exactly.
You're not the best documentary. Or Natalie Portman, like you're the master of acting. No, you're Steph Curry. I get behind Steph Curry.
Well, you know what? To your point, I made this one up at the end. Jeffrey Toobin, what's he going to be? What could he teach?
Zoom calls.
There it is. There it is. Maga Malaka. Zoom calls.
Wow.
The master of
the
Zoom
master.
calls.
Exactly.
There it is.
You know what? If there was a baiter, he could teach a debater.
A debater.
Yeah,
he'd be a great debater.
He'd be the master debater.
A master debater.
Exactly.
That's right.
Great 30-second class. Look, ladies and gentlemen, it happens more than we think. It's just we don't talk about it. Then we have these expectations, this and that. Look, we're at 46 minutes. This is the longest that Mitch and I have ever lasted combined.
Actually, last week was 52.
Oh! We're here or there?
Both.
Listen, that's neither here nor there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the Sports Show TV on the YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel. Please look at the content. Please help us out like you've been doing to add to Mitch. Thank you so much for the contributions. Look,
smash the button.
Smash the button. Smash it. Just like Roman Reigns. MAGA, by the way. Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, CJSW 90.9 FM. Thank you very much. Just Win. Thank you for your comments. Appreciate it. But episode 222, the trifecta, the triple crown, the derby of sports shows. You got to shove it in the locker. We do got to hit the showers.
See you next week. Or actually, we'll see you in season 7.
See you in season 7 in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
I like that.
I like that
it's
too.
Good to take a break.
Here's a big one. Tiger Woods, 142 consecutive cuts made.
Really?
Yeah. You think somebody will break that?
Yeah, I think someone would break it.
Here's one for you. Last one. Little. Because I agree we should make this a segment. Joe DiMaggio, 56 game hit streak. Weirdly enough, no one's ever come close to it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think those kind of records, because they might not have the success that a Tiger DiMaggio had, but someone will come along and just randomly break it.
You would think so.
Everyone's getting a little bit better.
But then you think pitching now is better than it's ever been?
Yeah,
Hitting now is better than it's ever been?
Maybe it's relative.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I know. Season 7, we'll find out.
Dun, dun, dun. Great teaser.
See you guys.
Teaser trailer.
What they bopping. You can say what you got when it's Tuesday, I be locked in.